Welcome to Sports Focus. I am your host, John McNeill. With me is Mr. Kevin Civils.
He put the syllables on it. Oh my. Oh my.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
As we are, doing this right now, hopefully at the end of the week, there's some good news with Mr. Ezekiel Elliott. Hopefully the Cowboys not too bent out of shape with it.
I don't think so. I think
Some people are already saying that he's already caused enough distraction and the Cowboys won't make the playoffs.
My thing is, what was the distraction? They went through preseason just fine.
Yeah.
I don't see what the distraction
I
was.
think these guys in Dallas, battle tested, media, all that stuff. I think they get it as far as the, what being on the Cowboys brings. Hey, I think the sky's the limit for the Cowboys. But you know what? Let's get this thing started. We got My Fun Buzz. Now, this is the start of the NFL season. If you want to get to these games without driving, go to myfunbuzz.com. You can go and choose the game that you want to see. They got some Patriots. They got, I think they got the Patriots at the Redskins. Now, before we get into the start of the NFL season, I wanted to say this last time we was on, but I got to give a shout out to Mr. Steph Curry. Why? He is donating some of his funds to the Howard golf team. I don't know if you knew that he's a very big golfer. His father taught him the game and it's sort of stuck with him. Mm-hmm. And for 6 years, Howard University will be playing golf at Division I.
All right.
All right. I don't know what's the dollar amount, but yes, it's about to happen for the 2020 season.
That's all right.
And beyond. So big shout out to Steph Curry. I like when, athletes and people do that.
Especially for HBCU.
Yes.
Because a lot of them are fading.
Yeah. And, this man, he got the bread, to make it happen. So
yes, he do.
That takes a lot to just say, here's X amount of millions. But he's making millions every year. So,
Tax write-off.
Yes. Spread the wealth. We got the NFL. Yes. NFL is back.
About time.
Oh, my God. You guys watch the show and we would just drag through and just be like, we want to talk about football. I don't want to talk about football. There was baseball and there was all this stuff. And, I ain't silenced that. But that's okay. But, NFL is back. What are you expecting from this NFL season?
It's going to be interesting now that you can review pass interference calls.
Yes.
That's going to be interesting and how it's going to affect the game, slow it down, speed it up, whatever it's going to do to the game. So that's going to be interesting to see. And it's going to see good to see Mahomes' second year.
As a starter in Kansas City.
And how defenses will adjust. Because like I always say, college tape and pro tape are entirely two different things.
Yeah.
You have a whole season of tape on this guy. What worked, what didn't work. What did New England do different than other people didn't do?
Yeah.
Everything is out there on the board now. So it's going to be interesting to see that second year.
Yeah, that's very interesting to see. They dabbled with a little of that in the preseason as far as the coach can challenge. Was that a pass interference or whatever? So it went pretty smooth, I'm going to say. I'm looking forward to these teams, Cleveland.
Yes.
Will they, since they got all this talent, they got a lot of hype. The Bears.
Yeah,
always say a team, we going to figure them out how they do their next year. Because remember, Bears had a last place schedule.
Yes, it did.
Now they got a first place schedule. And we remember what that did to the Cowboys in 2017.
That's right.
They had, I know they had their issues with Zeke and all that stuff and no receiver, whatever. But I'm very curious to see how this works out. The Rams. we all know what happens to teams that lose to the Patriots. Woo. They sort of pretty much start to fade. You know, will they be able to come back? And the player I feel that has the most pressure on him in the whole NFL is that guy over there, Dak Prescott, down in Dallas. You know, they're dissing the hell out of him all preseason.
Yep.
Off season. He don't deserve this. He don't deserve that.
Yep.
Hey, I say the starting rate for a starting quarterback is $30 million. So, I mean, for a lot of fans that say, oh, you don't deserve 30, that's the starting rate.
We had that discussion.
Yeah, but, you know, hey, he has to go out and prove it. If they don't want to sign him for the whole season, I think you suggested 8 games. 8 games. And you see if they're good with that, then sign them. Yeah. If they don't, then you know what? It's the Joe Flacco situation. If he goes all the way and they do what we want the Cowboys to do, then they in trouble.
Yeah, they have to pay.
Then Dallas is in trouble. And then he could really be like $43 million. Since you rejected all of that 40, now make it 44. I just won the Super Bowl, yo.
Yeah. Now the biggest thing is though, like I remember we were talking the other day. I said the 5th highest paid quarterback is Matty Ice. So you have to show, are you better than Matty Ice to break into that top 5?
Well, we know he's better than Carson Wentz.
Now see,
Carson Wentz. He's better than him.
Here's the weird thing. I guess this is my philosophy about the Eagles. They had to show that they were committed to this man because of everything that was going on with Nick Foles and everything else like that. So they had to let Nick go and show that they was behind this man 100%. So they had no choice but to pay him. But basically, though, this contract extension includes the years left on his contract.
Yep.
So basically, it's not $30 million he's getting; it's like 28 and some change.
Well, however them mathematicians and scientists in NFL teams figure it out, get Dak signed, and we'll see how it works out. Right. Now, NFL Week 1 is upon us. We had a plethora of games. We got 2 Monday night games, as you know the season always starts. Yep. They want to pimp it out even more, keep us up even later. Now we got Kansas City and Jacksonville. Who you got in this particular game?
I have Kansas City.
I got Kansas City as well. I was hoping Jacksonville maybe might get the upset, but I doubt it very much.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting, though, down there. They're on the road.
Can Nick Foles keep up?
Can Nick Foles keep up? But I don't know if anybody's going to be able to keep up with Patty Mahomes. Light skin is back in effect. Bam! The Curry and the Klay Thompson. Patty Mahomes is bringing it all the way home.
Yeah, okay.
We got a couple of Monday night games. We got the Texans at the Saints.
I'm going to take the Saints. I'm going to take the Saints. I think the Saints are going to be at home, and I think they've been on their back end of the season is questionable, but I think they got it at the front end.
Well, I hope I got this right because I had someone in mind, and now it escapes me who I originally picked. But if I could get something put in my head, like who did I pick from the Texans and the Saints? Texans. I'm gonna go with the Texans. Yes, the Texans. Taking the Texans. Now, that was the 7 o'clock game. Now, the 10 o'clock game on Monday Night Football is Denver at the Raiders. You might have to do that often, but I know I'm taking
the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders. I think they're going to play hard for Gruden.
You sure you're taking the Raiders?
I'm sure I'm taking the Raiders.
Okay. I'm going to take the Raiders. I thought you had the Broncos.
No.
All right.
I had the Raiders.
I'm on. Hopefully, I'll take the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders, too. I think the Raiders, John Gruden, they're going to come out and they're going to satisfy the Oakland people for the first game, but we'll see about the rest of the season.
Right.
All right. How about this one? Tennessee at Cleveland, all that hype, Baker Mayfield, Beckham, Jarvis Landry. They got everything. Nick Chubb.
I'm taking Landry. I'm taking Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going to take Cleveland, too. I think Cleveland, I've been saying the last couple of years on this show that they deserve some winning at least.
Yeah, they do.
After going 1-31 in 2-3 years, I mean, like, it's ridiculous. How about Detroit at Arizona? Kyler Murray, the number 1 overall pick, finally gets his due. Stafford, you like the Lions?
That's all I can say.
I like the Lions as well. I'm just not into this NFL and the quarterback standing back there going like,
yeah,
I don't. Hopefully he doesn't do that. But he claps, you know. I don't get it, but
I don't either. Maybe I don't know.
That's what the coach brought to this team. So I'm going to take the Lions. With the Lions always lose the first game anyway. So I'm going to take the Lions. Now, before we get to the Colts and Chargers, I have to acknowledge Andrew Luck retired from the NFL on a very surprising, Saturday night. One of the all-time greats players. And he shut it down early. Patrick Willis, he left early.
Yeah, he did.
Guys, Chris Long also retired this season. Robert Smith from the old Minnesota.
He retired early.
Running back, he retired early. So you know what? It happens.
If he gets into the hall, I'm going to be pissed off, and I'm going to start writing and talking about Sterling Sharp.
Yeah. But
he gets in.
I don't think he would get in, though. He won't get in it. But I also think he might take this year off and come back.
We'll see.
That's a possibility. Now, Colts and Chargers.
Chargers!
It's something in me wanted to take the Colts, but I got to take the Chargers. Los Angeles at home. They will not start the season off like how traditionally they do. They like to lose these first few games and then come back.
Gordon.
But Sunday night.
I'm calling the upset. I'm calling the Steelers.
Really, Pittsburgh at New England.
I'm calling the upset.
I mean, it has happened. And if you're going to catch the Patriots,
catch
them early, never late. I'm going to take the Patriots. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
We'll see. I think New England. But I do feel with New England losing their center, Andrews, for the season, I think they're going to struggle this year. We got a couple of, to finish off the schedule, we got a couple of NFC East battles. The Redskins and the Eagles.
I called the Redskins.
It pains me that you did that.
It pains me too.
But I'm going to go with the Eagles. They're at home.
Get one of those tuck pads for that one.
They're at home, so I'm going to take the Eagles. I think they could.
I'm going to take the Redskins.
All right.
Just because.
Just because. You don't even like the Eagles.
Not
even for this to pick, no, the bias.
I don't know. It's just something about the Redskins. Their offseason has been quiet. You ain't heard much coming out of camp.
Yeah.
Everything's been smooth. Usually you hear some turmoil. You ain't heard nothing.
Well, they do actually have the biggest, besides the Ezekiel Elliott thing, they actually have the biggest name that's holding out. And nobody's talking about it because it's Trent Williams, probably the best left tackle in the NFL. So you're asking this Haskins to come in. You got Case Keenum, and you don't have that left tackle. Problems for the Redskins.
I think
problems. And it's personal with this Trent Williams thing.
Yeah.
He don't even want to be there now because he don't even trust the team. So problems for the Redskins, but nobody's talking about it. You said there was nothing going on, but nobody talks about the best left tackle in football.
That's Tyron Smith, but you can go to the next one.
Well, they say it's Trent Williams.
Don't know no damn difference.
Giants at them Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I'm going to take Dallas as well. I would have taken Dallas even without Ezekiel Elliott. I mean,
34-20, 28-24.
I can't see the Giants scoring that many points on my defense. And that would be a letdown if they gave up that many points the first game, since they're pretty much all healthy. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be there. They don't have Robert Quinn. But I got the Cowboys pretty much, taking care of business.
It's going to be fun.
And it's going to be fun. Hope y'all enjoy the season. Don't forget to go check out myfunbus.com and see what game you want to go to. Mississippi's, and you guys enjoy the weekend. Peace.